Right. Attempt number 4, guys. This is going to be the one. I can feel it in my veins. This is going to be the time that Game 5 actually plays out. In my mind, I'm still thinking that Nadya's boys still have their restart. Which, if it happens, I don't know, just GG. That's all I can say. GG, GB, no re. I go eat. Wonder's old Smurf, or Wonder's old nickname, is pretty much the situation here for me. So hungry. Anyway, Game 5, it's currently 2-2. This is a Nomad start map. The map is called Siam Tombolo, which is first place in the map contest. And it's, as I said, it's a Nomad start map, and so far Nadya's boys have won both Nomad start maps. So could they get to game point here and go 3-2 on that evidence? We'd have to say maybe they're slight favourites to win this one. We'll have to see. Just waiting for the players to all settle down and find their spots. Put down their TCs and their docks. With some of the restarts of this game so far, we've seen some players find terrible spots with no food, as you're always at risk of doing on Nomad. And case in point here is Mr. Riot. Fortunately, he's got a mill over on the west corner of the map with 2 villagers gathering shorefish, so he should be fine. Getting a mill down in shorefish is a way out of this conundrum if you're Chinese, but he's desperately looking for food with this extra villager, and he might have an ideal TC for a bit. So let's continue with the TyRanT team, looking at their player lineups. Vipers over in the east, Persians, and he's got not a lot of food on his map either. It is there a bit further to the south, but he's got to find it first of all. And he doesn't have many sheep to look for, although this one could pick up the resources. Mill here would be so nice. Shorefish, boar, although you'd live the boar to the CC, presumably deer. Then we have Doubt in the north, playing Mayans yet again in orange colour, and he's right next to Wonder, who's Persians. Interesting. And then finally Slam. Wow. Look where Slam is. So if you look at the minimap, where the cursor is, you got Doubt in the north, Viper and Riot over here, and Slam is here. So pretty much the entire Nabs team can surround and kill Slam if they want to. And he's Viking, so you know he'd probably be grushing and then walling and slinging on this map, perhaps. He's got the closed maps with which to do that. He's got okay resources, but he's going to be so vulnerable in this position. Let's start with Pike, who normally plays that role for Nadya's boys. Good spot, I think. He's got boars, he can see. Good spot to mill with shorefish and berries if he wants to. If necessary, another boar behind the forest that he's presumably seen. Where are you? Yeah, he sees that. So Pike's going to be fine. Let's put a dock next to his mill. Next up, Zupi, Chinese. Good enough start, he's got boars. Berries, sheep, everything. And they have quite a lot of land to themselves here. They've got all this expanse of land here to work with. Then Wonder is very forward against Doubt. And this is going to be an interesting fight. Doubt's got the stone, so he could get an early castle or trash. Wonder could do the same. We saw him do that so effectively in game 2 on the Nomad maps, and pretty much take Viper and Fire out of the game. So maybe we'll see similar from him. I think he was Persians then as well, so it'll be interesting to see if we see a repeat. Both players with good amounts of resources. Who are we missing in their lineups? It's Mentalist. Down in the south is Mayans. He's got some food. It's okay. Finding a boar. That's a long way back, but I think he'll do it. Especially if he gets no downhill hits, which he just got an uphill hit, so that's good. And I think he'll get away without... Oh! Yeah, this is going to be perfectly fine for him. He might take one down a little bit on the way back, but that actually helped a lot. So, easy ball lure for Mentalist there, taking one away from Slam, although Slam's still got one. I fancy Mentalist to kill Slam here. Slam's probably going to have at least half an eye on the water as the Viking player, and Mentalist is a long way from any of the other players on the map, other than Slam, and he'll be able to just go aggro against the Vikings. Rhea and Viper are both up here in the northeast, of course, and they could come in and save him, but they're a long way away. I just think one of them will just probably be more boom oriented. Maybe Viper as Persians. Maybe Rhea will go and gang up on Wonder together with Doubt, who's already trying to secure his map a little bit with some walling. Let's see dock positions. So Pike docked on the back, and he'll probably be adding his extra docks there. Slam will probably be adding extra docks down here. Viper already double dock fish booming in the eastern corner, and Rhea in the west, of course, went with the mill first. Now up onto one dock. Both Wonder and Zuppy docking close to their TC. No, actually no. Wonder's TC is in the far northeast, isn't it? But Zuppy close by his TC and docks. So I guess the two Grush players that we're expecting for the Vikings, they will both be protecting one or two of their allies' fish here. I feel like Rhea could lose his fish early because he's between 3 docks of the enemy, 2 here and 1 here, with him being in the middle. First players up to the feudal age are Slam and Doubt, so Slam will have a little bit of an advantage over Pike in the Grush war. It might equate to 1 galley out of the docks. Not a big deal at the end of the day, especially with transit time included, the rush distance. Slam is doing a good job right now. I like this. He's really pushing out and securing some map for himself, getting some extra gold. In fact, that's the only gold that he has, so it's important that he does that if he wants to maintain a Grush. Mentalist losing a little bit of an initiative in terms of taking map control here and boxing Slam in, which could have been possible. See how aware Wonder is of what's going on with Doubt. He can see some of the walling. He's doing some of the walling himself and securing a lot of resources there. He's up pretty late, but Doubt doesn't seem to be tending to rush him on the land just now. Can't see any indication that that's the case. Might be 1 tower in there, which would be a good spot. Yeah, that one's pretty good too. Yeah, my chair is completely broken. It needs replacing. Like if I lean back in my chair, it just it doesn't hold where it's supposed to be because it's about 10 years old, and it definitely could do with an oiling with how squeaky it is. But no, I'm not 100 kilograms. Don't be insulting. You can insult Helene in that way. She freely admits to being 400 kilograms. I also have the world's most oversensitive mic, so the slight chair noise has just picked up so much. So that tower has forced Wonder away from his lumber line, but that's not a problem. He hadn't even built a lumber camp yet, so it didn't even cost him anything really to switch his wood gathering operation there. He's going to do barracks, blacksmith, and as Persians I assume he goes up with a stable following completion of that barracks. Pike's getting the first galleys out, heading south. He's going to intercept Rhea's fishing ships, and Rhea chose to go up with double dock fish boom here, which will allow him to leapfrog to the castle age. Although he's not up yet, is he? We did see that on the land he didn't have much food at the start. He was looking desperately for it. He had these 2 villages on the mill, but that was it for a long time. So the double dock fish boom is necessary, but he could lose it. And he has no food economy on the land just now. Slam, meanwhile, is pushing against Zuppy. And Wonder's fish is going to take down some fishing ships pretty quickly. And I think Pike will engage in a race with Slam to just kill each other's team's fishing ships. And then eventually meet in the middle, and we'll have the micro battle of the galleys clicking off. That deer is unfortunate. Wonder's not paying attention to it. So Wonder's clicked up to the castle age. He's gone with a stable. Doubt isn't up, is he? He's really struggling for food. I don't know why he's struggling this much. He's grushing, I guess. Okay, that's fine. If he's on water. I saw the second dock, but I assumed it was a fish boom dock. I didn't think he was going to grush. So grushing here, he'll pick up Mentalist fish, I guess. Mentalist has done one galley of his own, which, considering he's not even scouting with it, you know, it's neither defends nor scouts, so I'm not sure about that. But Mentalist moving his fish anyway, because he's fished out that area, and maybe he knows that Doubt's coming for him too, so where's he going to go with that? Wonder's trying to war. Meanwhile, down here, it looks like Pike 13 galleys to Slam's 11, and most of Slam's are not here, so this could be easy for Pike if he groups up, pick a couple of kills quickly, gains superiority on the water. Fletching done for Slam already, but it's kicking in for Pike any moment now. Riot's fishing ships are not working at all. Zuppy has lost most, if not all of his, but he's going to do fire ships to help Pike fight on the water, so they will be able to just redock or re-fish boom down here. And I think Nams will get the water in the southwest, but obviously Doubt is on water as well in the northeast. Interesting to see two players going grush in this game. Interesting to see Doubt choosing to do it as well. He did collect some more stone to get a couple of extra towers, or one extra tower. Have a look what's going on over here. Viper just booming away 4 TCs Persians. That's going to be a monstrous boom with the docks added in as well. 3 docks fish boom, 4 dock fish boom. Rhea meanwhile stable, Knights. He's heading down towards Mentalist base. That wasn't action, that was just Palisades being deleted, I think, that were probably thrown up to help him build the TC. But Knights will now hit those vills. Is Mentalist paying attention? Is Rhea paying attention to see the vills? I don't know. He's is he really siege monk rushing Slam? I don't know. I can't actually see any military on the field for him yet. He's got no military, but I think that's what he's going to do. Mangonels, monks. I guess getting the monks out, he's going to be able to defend against Riot coming to attack him. So this could work. Interesting place. Neither Mayan player playing standard, going just like OFC castle plumes right now. Although Doubt clearly has a castle on his mind after this. He'll probably just castle drop this area. But started off with the Grush, of course. He's now fighting against Pike in the north, but Pike's navy is split, and he can't hold this at all. Got some more down here, has he? No, not many. Pike down to 10 galleys. Actually got fewer than Slam. So I was expecting to see Slam struggling to hold on against Pike with some fire ships from Zuppy down here, but that hasn't transpired, and Pike is kind of split and then losing water against, or retreating on the water against Doubt in the north. So looking good for TyRanT on the water now. Wonder's trying to apply some pressure to Doubt to force Doubt back a bit with the towers. That may be able to stop Doubt from really putting the castle so much up in his grill. If that tower is able to be destroyed and Wonder can force Doubt to put the castle like here or something, that would be quite helpful for him, especially to avoid losing the TC. Okay, Mentalist smushing Slam. So maybe this distraction will give Pike the room he needs to gain some ascendancy over Slam on the water. We'll have to see. And now Slam doing his siege workshop. He is in the castle age, so War Galley can be got for him. Same for Pike, actually. Both of them researching War Galley and Bowsaw simultaneously. Pretty symmetrical play. And Pike is holding against Doubt in the north, getting War Galley right now, so Doubt will have to retreat, although I'm sure Doubt will come back and revisit him with more galleys of his own eventually. Voice getting a bit scratchy now, throat dry. I swear these long TG sets are harder on the casters than they are on the players. Zuppy, meanwhile, we haven't focused too much on him. He's doing some night raiding. Not really going to achieve too much against Rhea here. Overlapping TCs, he can do a camel or two if he needs to as well. But Rhea really hasn't boomed here, has he? He had a slow castle time, lost his fish because he'd invested so much in the fish, and then he did some knights, so he's really far behind. Can't help slam too much against Mentalist, but Viper's booming like crazy. Imperial Age on the way, Scaled Binding Armor, Bloodlines. He's way ahead of everyone else in the boom stakes, 40 villages ahead of his nearest rival in villager count. And is this the game where Viper destroys everyone, like in days of yore? I don't know. I have to wait and see, but I feel like Mentalist will be destroyed by Viper flooding him at some point. He's wide open with having taken this smush approach to slam. He's booming as well, but here's Mayans. He's way behind, and ultimately Mayans being flooded by a Persian player who's far ahead would not be in a good spot. The slam's slinging now, coinage being researched. Let me scroll the overlay and see if Pike has started to sling as well. Not just yet, neither player has actually sent any resources, but Viper hitting Imperial Age. Doubt's not taking a good fight here against Pike's war galleys. Seems Pike's still focusing extremely heavily on the water, so he should win it now. He's got double the military of Slam. He's taking down Slam on the water, he's taking down Doubt on the water. Should be able to allow Nabs to have free fishing in the corners of the map. And those corners, or sort of top left half, will belong to Nabs. The eastern corner that Viper has been in is kind of fished out already. But Viper's got his money's worth out of that. He's got boom, he's got 120 vills, Cavalier, the armor's kicking in. He's ready to attack Mentalist, who I fear for a few monks, but he's not going to be able to get the conversions in that he'll need. Not enough of them, should I say. And the flood will keep coming from Viper, I'm sure. And unfortunately for Mentalist, he gets those conversions just before they become Cavaliers. I think eventually, if Mentalist gets cleaned up pretty much now, then probably the same could happen to Doubt, considering he's got all the nabs surrounding him, although he is pushing against Wonder, so maybe not at all. Wonder is really behind, actually. I think potentially he's behind. Well, I say that because his score looks so low, but he's actually on the way to the Imperial Age, so maybe he'll turn the tide against Doubt. Doubt's gone really aggressive. He's heavily mined stone, 2 castles, but only 46 villagers, so Wonder can use his greater economy to push back against him, possibly with the help of Zuppy as well, who's got an impressive boom, 87. But I was going to say, if Doubt was to die and Mentalist was to die, then it would turn sort of into Team Islands with some crossings, but a Team Islands game where it's Nabs who have the water, because Pike has most certainly secured the water in general for Nabs, although he hasn't completely wiped Slam off it. But Mentalist is in all kinds of trouble now. If only 57 villagers, 20 idols, the Cavaliers will keep coming. They will become Paladins. I think Zuppy needs to help with Heavy Camel, and that looks to be on his mind now, although Heavy Camel is a slow upgrade, and there aren't that many upgrades on these camels either. So, you know, I really worry that for Mentalist that he can get defeated here, because unless he can run across these shallows, he doesn't have much way off his island. And Riot's helping with light cav as well to just raid and pick off more and more vills. Tanks some fire for Viper's Cavaliers to do even more damage. Keep an eye on the sling now. Doubt is actually receiving 4,000 slings, so that's how he's able to push against one. Slam is slinging Doubt. So the 46 vills that he had a while back, he hasn't even added to that. Still 46 vills, but it doesn't matter so much. He's up to the Imperial Age, padded archer armor being done, and Wonder's in a tough spot there. He's still got the villagers, but he's going to need help, I think. He's just not going to be ready. I guess Cavaliers, Persian Cavaliers, they could get the job done, but he's not got much room to work with. That's the issue. He's get a castle to engage in a tread war, but Doubt has the hills. It's very much in the balance here, but with Stout receiving sling, I don't know. Mentalist is down to 26 villagers now, which is it reminds me of what happened to Fire in Game 2 actually. This is just devastation. Skeletons everywhere, all the resources lost. And Mentalist is running. Zuppy has tried to defend him. He's got a lot of heavy camel, but I think just as an insurance policy, at the very least, Mentalist has to move some villagers, and he's doing just that. Yeah, the rest of them are going now by the looks of it. He might stay and try and get some extra gold in from here, but otherwise he's going to try and get 20 vills out at least, I think. While Zuppy looks to take this fight, if he can lure Viper into it. I think Doubt has done a lot of damage to Wonder in terms of economy, because Wonder hasn't increased in villages for like 5 minutes now. So I think basically Wonder's been losing them as fast as he's been making them. The Treb War is kicking off now, but it's 2 castles against 1. Just the 2 Trebs versus 2, but Doubt can easily outproduce Wonder in the Treb War. Any masonry or anything, nothing like that involved. Both players frantically repairing now. How many Cavaliers does Wonder have? Not many, just these few. I was going to say, if the Plumes were to come forward, if Wonder had more Cavaliers, then he could probably get a bit of an edge there, but not with these numbers. Gate was opened, but fortunately there's a second layer of rewalling, but Zuppy's letting Viper through. Is Viper going to park under that gate and keep it open? Let's see. No, the gate slam's shut. The heavy camel's there from Zuppy should. I say it should, but the numbers weren't there. I thought there'd be more reinforcements coming. They are coming, but they'll be coming in 2s and 3s, and GG. I mean, Mentalist is dead, that's the main thing. Wonder is struggling, and they're going to tap out. So TyRanT win their first Nomad game of this series, this first Nomad start game. Like I said, is this the game where Viper's going to be able to destroy everything? Certainly destroyed Zuppy. Mentalist, and I think he was in position to kill Zuppy as well, and obviously Wonder losing a little bit of ground against Doubt up here. Convincing really in the end. Big score difference, and when Pike was the one who was rushing and I think sending some sling, I can't scroll the overlay to check. The fact that he ended up highest score on his team tells you it all, really. So 3-2 TyRanT and game point. So next game will be the map pack. Players are already in the game set up, so it shouldn't be too long.